The calendar is turned in November, and the Chiefs' power play still sucks.
Still, it's lower single digits now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's.
I
What the
don't
heck
even
is?
have I don't even have it in me to look at the percentage, so just tell me what
I
it
want to say
is.
like less than five.
I'm going to look right now, and I'm a little bit scared to look.
I'm gonna guess like 3 to 4%. Just really bad. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I'm just guessing.
I have to go to the WHL's website to look at that, but it's
They might not even track stats that are that low.
it yeah uh yeah
I mean,
it's not pretty right now.
they've only scored what, three power play goals?
I think they're up to five at this point,
Feels
but
like three.
still,
Feels like
it's not good.
I
yeah.
feel like we haven't witnessed any of those in person.
It's gotta be on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know we've had one at home.
Yeah.
I do know that.
I can't remember
Um,
any. They're seeing any.
I can't find this anywhere on the website. But anyway, regardless, it's not good. And what the
Nowhere to go but
hell?
up.
Yeah, but what the hell is going to make it change?
I don't know.
Uh, TC and
Just
I
have
were
to- We're gonna have to get lucky and start believing in it, I think.
yeah. TC and I were texting a little bit ago, and he said a really good thing. He said, this team had so much, pride and everything built up from last year that it's just completely different. But this team's really not that much different.
There was a standard that they played to last year, and
Correct.
that it
I
seemed
agree with
like it seemed like they had established. I'm not going to use the word culture because culture is way overused in sports.
that.
Um, but they don't play to the standard that they established last year, or even anywhere remotely close to it. Um, in both of these games against Everett at home, they've been frankly dead by the midpoint of the second period, and
Hmm.
they don't have any spark. They don't have anybody that seems to be able to give them a spark.
No.
It certainly didn't help that Marty and Preston were out with an
Hmm.
illness on Saturday, but
I agree. I don't think dynamic players are the answer though to that whole
yeah.
thing. I don't know. It's something's off and has
Yeah,
and has been for a while.
and I wish I could say it's as easy as getting Catton back, but
It's not.
I don't think it is anymore. I frankly I feel kind of like we had the rug pulled out from under us because we came into this season thinking that okay, what they did last year was incredible. Now it's time to build on that. They will build on that. They have the coaching staff to build on that. Here
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are, one game under 500 or one game over 500.
I think last
And Everett has like a 20-point lead already. So
okay.
Give them the US division title.
and watch them get
And
eliminated in the first round.
yeah.
Yeah.
So so
And they're
yeah.
missing key parts of their team too, and they're still getting it done.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing that's concerning. And with going back to the power play, we had the number one power play in the WHL last season. And granted, yeah, we had some pretty dynamic offensive
Well,
firepower,
do,
but at the
do you
same
remember
time, it's like
do you remember how what our power play was before the trade? I call it the trade because it is the trade with Chris
I
and
I
stuff.
mean
I feel like it was still very good.
yeah, it wasn't that much different than how it ended the year. We ended the year at 28.9% on the power play.
Yeah.
And
They'll
so
be
that was tops in the WHL.
they'll be
And
lucky to even sniff that number.
oh,
Like
they'll
even
be
anywhere
yeah,
remotely close to it. Like they're in such a deep hole now. They could score 15 power play goals in a row and it would still be a 15% power play.
yeah,
Exactly.
It's
exactly. It's I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm not a coach. I don't know what it takes to kind of to tweak that or fix that or anything too, but I feel like I see them getting better with the zone entries on the power play. I feel like it's not every time they're not forcing that,
Hmm.
slingshot type play. Um, and even when they do, they're able to actually get the puck in the zone. I'm noticing a lot more dump and chase lately, which is good, I think. And been able to get it set up. But I feel like once the opposition just puts the pressure on your guys when they have the puck, we just completely freeze and just don't know what to do with it. And then it ends up turning it over. We're just lucky that it hasn't turned into more shorthanded goals against.
Do you think that has anything to do with just these guys are not used to being in the positions they're in. It's all still new. Do you buy that reasoning anymore?
Not not anymore. I mean, they've had plenty of time to kind of get used to that, and
Seems like it.
they do it on the power in practice all the time. They practice that kind of stuff. So, and Chase Harrington and Preston Martin, those guys, they've been on the first power play
They
units in the
seem,
last
like you
couple of
said, they
years.
don't seem to have an issue getting set up anymore. It's just not working.
Yeah, and so something's got to change. And the fact is, when we do get an open shot, half the time we miss the net or shoot it right into the goalie's crest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like either try to pick a corner if you got like an open shot, or look for a pass, shoot for a rebound, do something, but hit the fucking net.
Like I said last week, they're thinking. They're thinking too much. They're not
Yeah.
playing. You can see it. You can visually see the thought process of
Mm-hmm.
what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
and they're not playing free. And again,
Yeah.
that's
Us,
another hockey cliche, but
yeah.
it's just
Us watching on TV or sitting in stands can almost hear the gears grinding in their brains.
yep, yep.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, I'm sure that they're frustrated with not being able to
Mm-hmm.
get it done too. But I don't know.
I say put three bodies in front of the net and only have two guys running the point out there trying to get shots towards them.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need to do the umbrella all the
Instead of
time.
trying
Try
to
a
pick
different
corners,
setup.
just throw it in there and get that puck still loose and chop at it.
And that's one positive that I have noticed this year is our defensemen are pretty good at getting the puck through to the
They
net
are.
from the
We're not
blue
shooting
line.
into shit hands like we used to.
It's very true. Brett Saylor's been really good about getting the puck through the net. Owen Shetler's been pretty good about doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if we need to tweak the line combinations on the power play to kind of try to mix something up or what. But we get to head to the arena here in a couple hours and see
Yes,
them
we do.
take on Kamloops and see if they can get it done. But
I'm
um,
curious to see Kamloops play again.
yeah, me too. It's I'm hoping to see a little bit different setup on the power play.
Some
See
sort
if
of a
they
different look of some kind.
Yeah, because the special teams is really, really concerning. And like we were talking about last week
You're
too,
very kind. You
the
say
pe
concerning, I say dismal.
the penalty kill is pretty brutal lately too. And
Mm-hmm.
we're giving up a lot of
Lately.
power play goals.
Yeah. They had those two pretty good PKs against Everett in the first period, and then Everett finally got one, and then it was just every power play after
The
that
floodgates were
was,
open. Yeah, exactly.
dude, it's so demoralizing. Like I don't want to bring up the Chiefs from 3 4 or 2 years ago, 2 3 years ago, because that was bad. That was dismal. It was bad hockey every night. They're better than that, but they are. Man, there are some deficiencies where it's it's starting to look like when they get down two or three goals, they do look like that team from a couple years ago
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
before we turned it around. And whew, man, um, I don't want to be sitting there questioning my season ticket purchase like I was a couple years ago again.
Correct.
Just
Yeah.
just saying, I don't. Yeah,
Don't
it's
I
tough.
don't disagree with you.
It's
Where
tough.
to go but up.
I'm looking at the lineup sheets for tonight. Chiefs haven't posted theirs yet, but Kamloops is posted. They're starting their backup tonight, so he'll probably pitch a 45 save shutout. But
That would be typical.
I mean, they got some of their guys back that we didn't see early in the year when we played them the second game of the season too. So a little bit more firepower for Kamloops. It's going to be up to the Chiefs to kind of figure out how to shut that down and get some offense going of their own. Because man, it's been brutal lately. Even the games that we are winning lately, it's 2-1, 3-2, stuff like that too. Like talk about that game against Saskatoon on last Wednesday. I mean, that was a really, really good hockey game. I think
It was a good hockey game.
the Chiefs skated with Saskatoon. It was back and forth all game, and I think both defenses played well. Both goaltenders played well.
Mm-hmm.
Linus Viard played for the Chiefs, and he had a great game. Um, that seems to be kind of a trend that I've noticed too. Is especially in the last 3 weeks, we have one really good game and then we shit the bed. One really good game and then lose. One good game, lose. So I'm hoping that, you know, they can kind of figure out a way to piece a couple of wins in a row together because I think the most games we've won in a row this year so far is two.
Two,
maybe.
I think so.
And so
I mean, they're 8-7. So
yeah, so it makes sense. But and that's really brutal when you think about how we started off last year too, 8-2.
Hmm.
Um,
And even
so
we're through like 8 games this year to start the season too.
yeah, we were okay, yeah.
We're better
Um,
than we are right now.
but yeah, I mean, really, really well played defensive game from both teams against Saskatoon on Wednesday. No scoring at all for the first two periods, and
That
then
was a very good game.
30 seconds in to the third period, the Chiefs do take a penalty late in the second, and Saskatoon starts the period on a power play and capitalizes on it 30 seconds in. So, just like that, the special teams come back to haunt us once again, 30 seconds into the third period, and all of a sudden we're down 1-0. Um, Elias Poole, let's talk about him a little bit though. What a game he had.
Yeah, he was. He looked like
He
a pro out there.
yeah, really, really impressed with what he's been able to do so far. And he just kind of showed off his strength a little bit, being able to muscle his way to the net and
Hmm.
just somehow found its way past Evan Gardner. It was kind of a little like fluky chop shot, and it just kind of found a hole on between the arm and the pad of Gardner, and the Chiefs were right back in it just 5 minutes after giving up the go ahead goal. And from then on, it was a defensive battle the rest of the third period, and the Chiefs would take Saskatoon to overtime, and Mathis Preston would find Owen Martin on a 2-on-1 30 seconds into the period, and Owen Martin would get his second goal of the year, the game winner. The Chiefs pick up 2 points against the number one team in the Eastern Conference. So, I mean, that's something to be proud of for sure, and that
I agree.
gives you a little bit of a confidence boost going into the game against Everett on Saturday again too.
I thought it would.
You thought, yeah, you would think that it would, and it just again, it
Almost
just
as
seems to
if
be
we
that.
oh,
were content with that.
well,
And
that's the thing is we're being hard on them, but we know they're better than this, and
Oh,
that's why
exactly.
for
it's so
sure.
disappointing.
Exactly.
They they're 8-7, but they really should be. I don't know. I can't just give out hypotheticals, but they should be better than this. They should be playing better than this. The special teams should not be this abysmal.
Mm-mm. Well, and
And
Yeah.
and that's
the fact of the matter is the special teams are part of the reason why we have barely over a 500 record right now.
Hmm.
yeah.
I mean, if we could score
It's not like we haven't had the opportunities.
if we could score on a quarter of the power plays that we get, or
Hmm.
not even a quarter, we would have at least another win or
Hmm.
two. I mean,
Yep.
no doubt about it. There's been
And
And if
games
they
where,
could
the opportunities are
yeah.
there.
I mean, there's been games where we've had, 7 or 8 power play opportunities and we're unable to score, go 0 for 7.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
and with the amount of one goal games that we played this year already, it's like, I mean, you think about being able to put another one in the net
A lot of
and
those we've won.
yeah, but like the ones that we do lose, it's like, you have 5 or 6 power play opportunities and
Hmm.
you can't convert on any of them.
Well, and you brought up that 8-2 start last year. What's the
Yeah.
difference? They were scoring power play goals and keeping the puck out of the net on the PK. It
Exactly.
it frankly the special teams are the reason why they're 8-7.
100%.
I mean, look at the Everett game. That was on Saturday. That was competitive until the floodgates opened up with Everett power
hmm
plays, and then the Chiefs couldn't stay out of the box. And I think Everett scored like
Everett was
four
4 for 7
yeah,
on the
four
power
power play
play.
goals
4 for 7.
That is not good.
after
That
being 0 for
penalty kill
2.
is bad. Yeah, that
Yeah.
penalty kill that's really, really bad. And that's definitely concerning. Another thing that I'm really concerned with right now, especially looking at these stats from that game, we got absolutely dominated in the faceoff dot.
Really?
44-20. That is
That's
not
terrible.
good. And granted, yes, we had Owen Martin out of the lineup with illness, who's obviously our top faceoff guy, but that doesn't make up for the fact that you can't be giving up 2-1 in the faceoff wins. I mean,
Nope.
Exactly.
that's not going to get it done.
Exactly.
And that's part of the reason why Everett had 4 power play goals is because they're winning those offensive zone faceoffs on the power play.
And
Hopefully
it,
they went Sunday and yesterday in the face-off dot to practice.
I mean, they need to. They have Tyler Johnson as a helper with them now. He was one of the best faceoff guys the Chiefs have ever
Ever.
had. And even in the NHL, he had
I
great
was gonna
success
say
in
he
the
was
faceoff
NHL
dot.
too. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like something's got to give here. I don't expect this to last all year. Like I don't
I don't
expect it to
either,
be
but
like
what's going to
this.
turn it around?
That I don't know. I don't have the answer for you, but I think, like we talked about last week, I think getting some veteran leadership in there is going to be really beneficial. And Catton's got 2 games left before his 9 games are up too, and they'll have to make a decision whether they're going to keep him or not. Um, he
After
played,
that, and I'm not sure he was what the seventh guy, seventh
yeah,
forward,
he was the seventh forward last night, and
but he was still in the game.
yeah, he played well too.
He did.
And but at the same time, Seattle still got those guys that are on the injured list. Capo Caco's back, but Jared McCann's still out.
Hmm.
Should be back anytime. But once McCann's in, it's like you can't. I feel like Seattle will play it safe with him. They'll send him back. He'll go to World Juniors, obviously, um, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I think having his leadership back in the locker room is gonna be huge for sure. And then I again wouldn't be surprised to see us make another trade or two here in the near future. But
I'm,
we
I'm
we
surprised nothing's shaken down so far in the last couple of days after the weekend.
yeah. So the one trade the Chiefs did make last week, they sent up Caden Campion off to Wenatchee in exchange for an eighth round pick in 2029. It was really, really just kind of uh it was really interesting. We were talking about it the night before the trade got announced on the
Hmm.
podcast about the rumors of Sage Weinstein coming back or whatever that I was reading about. And Kane Campion was number 44. And then the next day, all of a sudden, he gets traded. So I'm thinking, huh. But then I looked and he did get sent down to the ECHL the day before. So he's in the
Oh,
ECHL currently.
okay,
So
yeah, he's not coming back then.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
um, but the Chiefs only have 7 defensemen on their roster at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised to see another one of those guys get whether it's sent down or traded or whatever too. I think this team needs another veteran on the back end. Like bring in another guy. Like you remember how beneficial having a guy like Noah King was
Hmm.
in 2018, 2019. I
Yeah.
mean, that
yep.
dude came in for a year and a half and was so solid and played such a big role in that championship or that Western Conference run that we went on.
For me personally, I don't know if it needs to be on the back end too. It just needs to be in the locker room and on the team, somebody with that.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking like overall, like maybe help out on the power play too, because I mean, these guys that we have running the power play right now just can't seem to hold on to the puck when they have it either. And we need a guy who can quarterback, whether that's a defenseman or an offensive forward.
Hmm.
So something's got to give, and I'm just hoping that it comes sooner rather than later because the Chiefs are still hanging in there in the standings. I mean, obviously it's the 4th of November. We don't need to be standings watching yet, but I mean, they're still hanging up there, and you just don't want to let everybody else get away from you. Everett's pretty much already gotten away from
Ever,
us.
yeah, I was gonna say
So
they've gotten away from everybody.
yeah, so I mean, you look at the WHL standings in the Western Conference, and the Chiefs are currently sitting in eighth, but obviously we're still a month and a half into the season almost, and we're still
Yeah,
only we're 3 points out of second place right now. So
yeah, I was gonna
it's
say
like,
if they win tonight, they go to like fourth.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's
So it's like it's
where
competitive, but
where the standings watching was important was last week. So I don't go to weekday games, as you guys know,
mhm.
because I have kids. But I do watch on Victory Plus now, and when we were playing Saskatoon, Boiler made a point that I had not really was not anywhere near my radar because I hadn't looked at the standings a single time. And at the time, I want to say Everett had a 9 point lead on us, and
Mhm.
they had won that night. At the time, the game was still in flux for the Chiefs and Blades. I think it was tied. And he was like, "Hey, look, like we're down 11 points now because Everett won. The Chiefs need to win tonight, knowing that, because Everett's going to get away from them. You don't want to be more than double digits down in late October. Chiefs happen to win to make it a 9 point game. Hey, great. Now we have Everett on Saturday. Here's our chance to get within seven,
Yeah, obviously that
back
didn't
back to
happen.
11. So at this point, it really does. I mean, unless barring some collapse by Everett, injuries can happen. Maybe the Chiefs do get Catton back and make a trade and go on some crazy run. There's still a lot of time left, but I think at this point, U.S. division title, not not on the radar. That's that feels so far away um, for this team because I haven't seen anything out of the Silvertips that makes me think they're going to fall off. It would genuinely would take injury
For sure.
um, to core players. They'll drop games. They're not going to be on this pace all year.
No.
They'll drop games here or there.
Nobody can sustain that.
Yeah, they're on like a 900 point pace, or not 900 points, but like 900 winning percentage pace right
Yeah.
now, or something like that, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, they
Um,
are. I had their record pulled up. They're like, I gotta find it
I don't.
again.
I think they only have one regulation loss still,
Yeah,
right?
and it's that game against Penticton.
Yeah.
They are
So,
13-1-1 right now.
man, what a world. Could you
Oh
imagine?
shit.
Could you imagine how we would be feeling right now if this was an Everett Silvertips podcast?
Yeah, right.
Or
Top of the
or
world.
if the roles were reversed and the Chiefs were 13-1-1. I don't think I've ever seen the Chiefs get off to a start like that. Ever.
Uh-uh. No, it's
That
always a
that
slow
phew,
start.
yeah. So as far as standings watching goes, it actually felt pretty big, like going into the last weekend, knowing that we were still under double digits, 9 points out. Here's a good chance to get
Mm-hmm.
a drop them down, get within seven. You're still in there, and then they got skated out of their building for the second time in 1 week by the same team.
Hmm.
Um, it's just really disappointing, especially because it does feel like they kind of gave up after they went down three.
Yeah.
And it's just you hate to see it. So,
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how they come out against Kamloops tonight. Really curious to see that because I mean Kamloops is one of those teams that's hanging like right around the same spot as us in the standings. I think they have
mhm,
like another extra point over us right now, and um, obviously they've got the top draft prospect in the WHL right now in JP Hurlbert, who just kind of came out of nowhere and he's just been putting up absolute numbers.
mhm.
And so that's going to be a guy to watch out for tonight for sure. The Chiefs are going to have to play really strong defensively. It's going to have to be another game like they played against Saskatoon on Wednesday because I, with how this team's offense is going right now, I don't see us putting up more than 2 or 3 goals. So I mean, obviously anything can happen, and they've shut me up before. So
But well, I'd like to see him do that.
yeah, me too. Realistically, that's exactly what I want to happen is for them to shut me up. But
Mm-hmm.
they just haven't given me any reason to really think otherwise at this point. But it's like still have a winning record. You got to think of the positives here too. Still have a winning record. We're still hanging in there. We're still, I mean, yes, it's early November. We're still holding a playoff spot.
For all
You
of the
know,
unknowns that we had with this team coming in, it's not the end of the world.
yeah, and we still have some unknowns too. That's the thing.
The sky is lower than it was, but it is definitely not falling yet.
No, yeah, exactly. And yeah, we still have some unknowns. We still don't know if we're going to get Catton or, but you got to think about the fact that even if we do get Berkeley back, we're going to lose him during World Juniors
You
again.
have your computer pulled up there, Elliot.
Yeah.
Just curious, we usually play like 3 or 4 games around Thanksgiving weekend. What's our schedule like around Thanksgiving this year?
Let's check it.
I have not looked at the schedule. I just look and see when I'm going to a game or when I'm going to turn on the TV.
Um, so I know there's a game the day before and the day after Thanksgiving.
We
So yeah,
usually
yeah, yeah. So Wednesday the 26th, we play a home game against Kelowna, and then the day after Thanksgiving, we're up in Kamloops, and then the next night we're back at home against Kelowna again. So we have 3 games in that those 4 days right there.
good,
Hmm.
good,
Yeah, all against the BC division.
and we'll know how things are stacking up by then in terms of guys going off to World Junior camps and stuff too. That'll be about that time too.
Hmm.
When we
Yeah.
when we lose Sarkey and
Yeah, we'll lose Sarkey, we'll lose Poole, Viard, Catton.
Catton.
So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the roster shakes up around that time too. And I mean, it's coming
My
up
fear is this is
quicker
about the
than
time we start to finally gel. We're going to lose those guys.
yeah. It's usually what happens.
It's the
Yeah,
life of junior hockey, man.
it's
That's
It
how it
is.
true.
goes.
It is.
That's true.
It goes to say, you know, how hard it is to win in leagues like this because I mean, you could say this about any sport or any league, but you really need everything to line up perfectly.
Yeah.
And this is an example of where you do really need everything to line up perfectly. And in the case of the Chiefs, they've been playing really shorthanded in that their best player in franchise history since who? I don't even, I mean, the Wizard?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, is in limbo with the Kraken and excuse me. Um it's tough because you need everything to line up. You got World Junior, you got guys going out left, right. It's just very difficult to get it
Yeah, it's
together
hard.
at the right time. And if you look at Medicine Hat, for example, um, sorry, I've been battling a little bit of a cold for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, you should be
Um,
sorry.
yeah, for them, for example, everything lined up perfectly. They got everybody, all those big injuries back, like right
Hmm.
at the right time. They had a generational player on their roster. It all lined up. They had the goalie. His dad died, so he was on that like generational heater,
Hmm.
and just everything happened perfectly for them. They won a championship, and then bam, NCAA, their whole team got gutted.
Yep.
And I'm actually curious. I haven't looked at the standings much. Where is Medicine Hat at the moment?
I know they're still hanging up there. I mean, they got a lot of US guys coming in after the NCAA change too. So that I mean, they
Yeah,
still have
actually,
one of the
they're
best coaches in the
no,
league
they're
too.
doing great. They're 10-5-2. So, excuse me, but
It's kind of where I
still,
wanted us to be.
yeah.
I wonder if they just it didn't end up being better overall. The guys that are still there too, just everything they've been through
Yeah.
and stuff too. Maybe we just haven't gelled yet. I feel like we have a lot of experience there too that we could start playing very well again.
Yeah, I mean, we need some of our top guys to really wake up though. If we want to have any sort of success, our top line's got to be
I
our
still
top
think we
line.
need to come together more as a team. They almost looked like they did not go on the Eastern Road trip and gel. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a decent road trip too, so it's like coming off of that, you'd think that that success would continue, but
mm-hmm.
it's been like pretty neutral, like we're winning one, losing one. So, and the losses lately have been pretty bad. So, um,
Against some really good teams, though, if you think about it.
yeah, for sure, no doubt. But I mean, you got to at least be
And we're still, I
competitive.
feel like our people we can count on the most are still pretty young too.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking like
I think we
what?
have high expectations after last year too, even though personnel is a lot different,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is not a bad thing.
I think that Chase Harrington and Owen Martin and Mathis Preston, they got to start burying the puck more and just playing smarter.
Harrington the last like 2 weeks has been almost like something's off in terms of offense. It's
It's
been
kind of what
odd.
I've seen too.
It's been really odd.
It's him and Preston both, I think, have been trying to do a little bit too much with the puck, trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a little bit too fancy, maybe trying to be like Crystal and Catton were last year a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They're trying
But
to find it. They're trying to find what worked.
yeah,
It,
so
they haven't found it. Let it
I'm
come to
just
you.
exactly. I'm just hoping that and again, it's early. I'm sure they will figure it out. It's not going to be like this all season. They'll get something done and they'll figure out a way to put the puck in the net on the power play and they'll figure out how to kill penalties and everything too. But it's just right now it's brutal to watch.
Do those two guys have girlfriends in town? Do you know? Because it is cuffing season.
I know Marty does.
Yeah, that's why I throw it out there.
Yeah. Who
Too
knows?
busy, too busy taking cute Halloween pictures and getting ready for Thanksgiving and the Christmas tree at the Davenport to
Yeah.
focus on hockey.
And homecoming if you're dating somebody in high school.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
So,
Uh
all that stuff too. There's
Now,
all
if we blame this on their girlfriends, we're reaching at this point.
I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying it's a factor.
Yeah.
I know Martin's girlfriend listens to the podcast too, so
I might have
but
to duck out here in a minute. I
that's
got,
all right. I
I
have
got,
not I go ahead.
go ahead.
Say I got nothing left to really say. I
Okay.
said all I needed to say. If any of you boys have any final thoughts.
Let's go get something different done this week.
Yeah, got to. Got a game tonight, and I think we got another one Friday or
There's
Saturday.
one day this weekend. I don't remember which day it is.
I'm looking. Second.
I should know this. Realistically, I should know this.
Well, it's easier to keep track of the schedule when we're looking forward to the next game. And
Uh,
honestly, after the last game, I haven't been looking forward to it because
Friday at home against PA.
Yeah. And then they go on the road to play the Winterhawks and yeah.
Yeah. So two games this weekend after tonight too. So hopefully we can get at least 4 or 6 points.
let's go kill the Winterhawks because
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
nice.
worried this is going to be one of those years where they have our number again. Even
Yeah.
though I have nothing to base that on, it's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, they're 9-6. They're off to an okay start, but
Everybody is.
yeah, realistically, there's not many
It's
teams that are really struggling right now.
yeah, it seems like it's worse than it actually is, but it's because
Mm-hmm.
we're all comparing ourselves to Everett,
Right.
Hmm.
who is just beating the hell out of everybody they play.
Everybody.
It's for the exception of that game against Penticton and wherever their overtime loss was, like they're not just beating teams, they're winning by like
And
4 or 5 goals every night.
granted, one player does not make a team, but that's all, they're doing all this without Landon DuPont.
Yeah, DuPont's
Yeah.
been out with injury the last couple of weeks too. So yeah, that's impressive. It really is. And Everett seems to be that team every year now. Everett seems to be kind of taking over as the Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So, wish it was us that were doing that,
It's
but
our turn. I was going to say it's our turn to take over.
I know it needs to be.
Well, it looked like we were on track to do so after last year, and then
Hmm.
seems like we've taken a step back. So,
Yeah.
but we'll
But
see. It's still
I have faith in the front office and the
I do too.
coaching.
I do too.
They'll figure something out. The players will figure it out too. I mean, realistically,
All part of learning.
it's still super early. We haven't gotten to Thanksgiving yet.
like here's a if you open the WHL app, here's a great just kind of funny stat to look at. So you know how it always does the player matchup on the front
Uh-huh.
page?
Mm-hmm.
Mathis Preston compared to Hurlburt. Preston has 12 points, 6 goals, 6 assists. Anyone want to guess how many points Hurlburt has?
Don't even it's got to be in the 20s, right?
Oh, more.
30s?
30.
Really?
Jesus.
He has
Wow.
12 goals, 18 assists.
Wow.
It's just like that's just a really I mean, it's not a realistic thing because like you said, he came out of nowhere. He's just lighting the league up. Awesome, good
Yeah.
for him. But man, you want to talk about like the guy that we needed, and I'm not mad at Preston, but the guy that we needed to step up while, Catton's gone and
Yeah.
assuming we get him back in the first place. And the guy that, is supposed to be a top 15 draft pick on our roster currently is getting outpaced by just that many points by their top 10 draft
Yeah.
pick. Ugh.
Yeah.
And all that to be said, they only have one more point than us. So
Exactly.
I guess he
That
must be their entire offense. I
I
don't
say
know.
that goes to show that it's more than just one player that needs to carry your team.
For sure.
So,
I don't know,
but
just kind of a funny thing to look at. I just happened to notice it when I opened my phone up, but
Well, let's
oof.
remember how hard we are on the team right now when we get to this point next week and see if anything's changed.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and you know what? If they beat Kamloops tonight, beat PA on Friday, and take out Portland on Saturday, and all of a sudden we're 6 points richer, or hell, even go 2-1
Right.
of
Hmm.
these next three, I guarantee you next week we'll be feeling a lot better.
I,
100%.
And we
I,
and we might and we might have more of an idea on if Berkeley's going to return
Hmm.
or maybe they make a trade. Who knows? It's still like I hate doing the it's still early thing because game one counts just as much as game 68, but I
Hmm.
almost said 82. But uh hell, do they even still play 68 games? Is it
Yeah.
68 still?
it's
Okay, great. Okay. So every game counts just as much as the next one does.
exactly.
But there is still so much time to get this figured out. But and yeah, and the World Juniors will be a big thing too. We'll have to figure out how to weather that storm when we lose like not half the team, but a
Four or
decent
five
amount of the
players
contributors. I mean, there's an argument to be made that despite all the bad that has happened, we have the best goalie tandem in the league.
for sure.
And
Right.
I mean, is Essler going to get a look from Team Canada?
Probably not this year, I wouldn't
You don't think?
say.
Okay,
I would
so
think
Yeah,
next year he does, though.
so at least he'll stick around. But Viard's
yeah,
going to be Germany's starter for sure, almost certainly.
100%. Yeah,
And he was last year. And Pool's going to play for Germany.
Sarkinov.
Sarkinov definitely off with Kazakhstan.
Hmm.
So it's going to be a difficult time, and we knew coming into the season that the beginning was going to be difficult. We just figured that they would be able to weather it better. Um, and it seems that whatever standard was established last year, they just have not been able to play to it.
Hmm.
Especially, I mean, and it really all comes down to special teams. I mean, we
Yeah,
know what the problem is. The problem is special teams. It's as
100%.
simple as that. And if they can just get that cleaned up even just a little bit, the numbers won't look pretty later in the season because it got off to such a bad start. But if we can, I say we like we're on the team, if they can turn it around soon and maybe they get it to a 15 or 16% power play, well, if they can get it to that, we can look at it and be like, okay, small sample size from the beginning of the season, take that out. How good was it from November 4th onward?
Right,
And if they can get it turned around and maybe, yeah, statistically it's only a 15% power play, but they're really scoring at a 25% clip.
right. Yeah.
And on the other side of that, with the PK, I don't know what that percentage is currently, but if they can get it to be more in the 80% range, which is where you typically like to see it, and
Mhm.
not the man, it's got to be over the recent games like 30-40%. Like I don't
Yeah,
even
something like
abysmal.
that.
I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but we know, and we already talked about this, but we know what the issue is. It's special teams. They got to clean that up, and they know that. I'm sure
And they
that's been
will.
Yeah, that's probably been the biggest emphasis. And that is one thing, power play wise, that if Catton returns, hell, even PK, he kills penalties too.
Hmm.
If and when he returns, just his presence will have an impact
100%.
because he knows how to quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like maybe they didn't do a great job last year of ensuring that someone behind him learned how to fill his role.
Yeah.
And because he just did it too well. Maybe they just never, once they got into playoff mode and it was like, hey, like we're trying to
They're
win a
just
championship.
focused on winning a championship from the deadline
Yeah,
on.
and they weren't thinking about maybe, hey, we should get one of these other younger guys to quarterback the first unit here or there, or not even the first unit, but the second unit.
Yeah.
And so maybe they just never really learned it, or I don't know, because I don't know what the issue is. It seems like when we watch them play. It almost like it seems like a sound system. Like they're
For
still playing
sure.
to the same system that they were playing to in last year, but they just cannot find the back of the net.
Hmm.
And it's very troubling to the point where when they get a power play, I actually don't like it. I'm
No,
like,
I'd both try to play 5-on-5.
yeah, because they on 5 they play okay.
Hmm.
But when they go up a man or go down a man, it's like they just completely forget how to like what they're doing. And
Yeah.
it's frustrating, but
Hindsight being what it is, do you guys remember when we were all 16, 17? It's
Yes.
sure.
all
Yeah.
The good
it's all
times.
about it's all about you think you're the shit, and then when you're not the shit, life is really gloomy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and yeah, and when they
I,
go on the
I
power play right now, they're
I feel like
probably
they need to
all
stumble into some accidental success on something and feel
yeah.
confident again. The confidence shot and gone because they thought they were the bee's knees, and they're showing that they're not, and
Yeah.
it's
I
not
mean,
coming so
it,
easy.
they came into the season having everybody tell them their shit didn't stink.
Exactly.
It was number one or number two team in the CHL. It
Hmm.
Exactly.
was, Memorial Cup or bust. It was all that.
Exactly.
And now you find out reality isn't as it seems. And yeah, it's all about confidence, really. Like
It is.
it wouldn't surprise me if when, you know, somebody gets hooked and the ref throws his arm up, either for us or against us, I'm sure on the bench there's an immediate feeling of, oh God, here we go again.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure that
And if you're playing like that and if you're thinking like that, you're not going to be successful. So they need some bounces to go their way. Um, they need like a hard shot off the goalie's pad that goes right to
hmm
someone's stick, open net, don't miss
hmm
it.
hmm
Uh, and you
yeah,
just it's just the old basketball adage of sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop. I mean,
exactly,
sometimes you just need to see the puck go in the net, and that's
exactly.
what they need. Or in the case of the PK, they need it to not go in the net.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, they'll be okay. It's not panic buttons time yet, but man, they gotta get
yeah,
it turned around soon.
No, but the
yeah,
fingers on the button.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Well,
yeah,
hopefully next week we'll have something a little bit more positive
We
to talk
will.
about.
We will.
But I guess we'll go to the game tonight and see how it all plays out.
yep.
And
And I'll
TC will watch
be
it from home.
Yeah, I'll be watching it from home. I'll report into whatever insight Boiler gives. Also, real quick, I think this has been talked about before. What the hell is up with our Victory Plus home broadcast?
I have no
Do
idea.
I
I've never even
I
watched.
Neither.
okay, yeah, you guys yeah, that's true. You guys are always at the game, but like for some reason Boiler and the the radio feed for when we're at home is absolutely awful. And then when they go on the road, if you watch a road game, he sounds crystal clear. I
Really?
don't I don't understand
Huh.
why it's doing this.
Interesting.
And I've seen this talked about in the fan group about like why does Boyle sound like he's like 1960s AM radio when we have a home game, but when we go on the road, it sounds like,
Hmm.
high definition audio. I don't know. Weird, really weird, but I don't know if that's a Victory Plus thing or an arena thing, but
Wouldn't
I
surprise
might
me if or anything.
I
Would
might
I don't know, but
throw I might throw on the visiting booth for a couple minutes just to see
see.
if
Okay.
they sound bad because it's really weird. I've
Inter-
complained about this on the podcast before. It's really immersion breaking because it sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's weird because like when you hear like the PA and the arena talk like or when you hear the sounds of the game, it sounds
hmm
perfectly normal, but when Boyle talks, it sounds like just really bad AM radio signal.
Interesting.
I
Somebody take the
Yeah.
know
shit can and the strings out of Butler's hands.
I know Boyle still uses older technology and stuff up there too.
Maybe that's
So
what it
so
is.
that could be part of it.
Maybe when he
But
goes on the road and that's what they have in the visiting booth and
yeah,
he's stuck with it because I doubt they're dragging all that equipment around.
no, probably not. But I mean, realistically, I don't know. And that's something that we can ask him. I mean,
Let's ask him next time we see him at street hockey, Elliot.
yeah, for real.
Just be like, dude, why do you sound so bad when you're at home?
Sometimes he sounds like a robot and like he's like talking like this end of the mic on the
Next
road
time we
though.
see him
So
at street hockey, I'm gonna ask him.
there you go.
Anyway, that was a sidebar, but
No, it
Sounds
makes
like there's lots
sense.
of improvements to be made all around.
Yeah, absolutely. First class organization, boys. Let's
That's
get
it.
everything up
That's
to
it.
date here. All right, fellas.
All right,
Well,
boys.
till next week.
Till
Something
next week.
positive. Go Chiefs, go.
Go Chiefs, go.
go Chiefs go.
Whoops, I just about ended the whole meeting without stopping.